Hello, my eyeballers! Hello, my baller boys! Welcome! Today we are going to be playing some more Paranormasight, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, so let's get right into it. So last time for what I recall, we now are in control of war curse bearers. So we have the police officer, I think his name started with a T, it's been a hot minute. Oh no. I just want to see the characters. Tetsuo! Yeah, so Tetsuo, he has the Evergreen curse, the Evergreen Beach curse, which allows him to curse anyone who lies to him, which is fucking powerful as frick. So we just got him. We also got... Where's her face? Where is she? There's so many characters. Where is my... Yako! Yeah, we also got Yako, and her curse allows her to curse anyone if they listen to the sound of her curse for 30 seconds. And then we also have, the mother, Harue. So right now, I've yet to use my curse using any 3 of those characters. And then last time we kinda discovered that a serial killer back in the day is back. And he also has a curse, and it's a very strong curse at that. And I am suspicious that he killed this lady's son. But anyways, let us proceed. Wait, actually, what's the last thing? Okay, yeah, we're playing Yako and Mio. Hi, suspicious, I'm Zed. Hello, how are you doing, Alabasta? And also, hi, Y, how are you doing? Got it, I'll help if in any way I can. Oh yeah, Mio and Yako, we're gonna go looking for someone. Oh, Arai. Arai, yes, Arai. Their teacher, Arai. And he has a curse, as well, which I think his is the lantern one, which is the darkness one. Because we discovered the night when we went to the school, there was 2 curse bearers there. Okay, I do remember this. So now we're looking for Arai. Oh shit, there's somebody behind us! And so, Miyu Kurosuzu and Yako Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Okay, we're done with them for now. We still can't go to Harue's story, so we'll go with Tetsuo. Because right now, Tetsuo's trying to collect all the curse stones, so nobody can use their curses any more than they have. Because the first night they became active, 3 people died, including the prologue guy that we played as Shogo. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. What's your info? Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks, the floor is yours. Oh boy, that is a lot. Oh yeah, Fumichika Nejima. Nejima's the serial killer back in the day that got caught. We were the ones who were the detective on the case and arrested him and brought him to prison. And now he's threatening to kill all my loved ones with his curse stone. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima, but so far we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work? About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago! Oh yeah, and I was suspicious he was the janitor in the school. Because, like, I remember mentionings of that. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives? It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there a month before he quit. Have you done Who's Lila yet? No, I haven't, but I do own it. That one seems very interesting, so I actually do want to play Who's Lila eventually. I do own it. I've had its music stuck in my head all week. Oh, does it have baller music? They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second, you're telling me nobody caught that? It's a rabbit hole for sure, yeah! Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his work. That is fucking irresponsible. Like, what are we talking about? He also said he'd lost track of Nijima when he moved to a new... What the fuck? That is just sloppy. Yeah, no kidding, considering he was a serial killer. But he was only convicted of the one murder, so that's why he's out now. It's 20 years after he committed his crimes. I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days. Because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. Yeah, but like, maybe, you know, build another prison or something? I don't know, just a thought. You know, we can't have dangerous people on the streets like him, dude. So Nishima got to fuck about unsupervised, goddammit. That asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it harder to track him down. He is 100% the janitor. I am on that. That explained why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole, he's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. Alright, any more about Nijima? Speaking of Nijima, yeah? Did you manage to reach to your daughter? It'd be best to put her in protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet, I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house. Oh, fuck no. That's no good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up. I don't have her contact info, alright? Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if her former father can't find her, how the hell did Nijima do it? Former, eh? That cuts deep. Sorry, it just kind of slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse, Echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. That is true. We don't know... Well, we know what curse he has, we just don't know how it activates. We even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided read. What was the story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Ah, right. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. As for Nijima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it until we find something. I'll check with HQ frequently to see if they got any updates. It's more important, but there's one really specific flavor of eerie. Ooh, I like the sounds of that. Excited to explore that game. Hajime. I asked around Sumada's Community Safety Bureau, where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio. Yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was. Looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Huh? What was the evidence? Well, according to the report, I found his desk last night. The body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There were no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it. Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look awful lot like a fall. So there's a chance that it wasn't. What a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite a grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly, so I asked the Traffic Bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Oshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics and the Traffic Bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem enough reason to kill a cop. Well, that's right! Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. Remember the girl Yoshimi met the other day died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' info, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sounds of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That's actually so fucking sad. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. But she could be a key witness. Can't we have community safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Really? Was there more to it? You could say that. I'll explain more later. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we might have to forget about it. Let's move on. I know why the school's closed. Our teacher was killed on the ceiling. I got some information about his fiancée from the community safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But, oh boy, here it comes. But what? They haven't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died, not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps? It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse, but Yoshimi is well liked, and they've been together for over 10 years. You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. True! I guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be that the same person who is out for Yoshimi is after his fiancé as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. Curse bearers. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namigaki had the foot-washing mansion, and Hideki Arashi had the ever-burning lantern. Oh yeah, we have the ever-burning lantern one now, so even if the girls run into Arai, they're Gucci. We got both of their curse stones. And then there's Najima, who claims he has the one-sided read. Yeah, that about sums it up. We'd better figure out who the remaining 5 are, quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Najima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye aye, boss! Sounds like we got our work cut out for us. Alright, now serial killings. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one. The young man we found here. Shogo! Rip Shogo. He's been identified as Shogo Oki. 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned in the middle of a park? It's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with the 7 mysteries too? It was... Where is it? Where is it? Whispering Canal. Yeah, that's right, Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Ario. You're starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamizawa. The victim had been identified as Tawako Hayashi, a 29-year-old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well, yeah? The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking at something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on, meaning, that would be the foot washing mansion? Exactly, crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the Seven Mysteries. Then this is Namagaki's doing. Shit, I knew he used it. Judging by the amount of soul treasures, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the third victim, he was identified as Kohei Jonoishi. Yeah, this is the school one! 32, a teacher at Komagata. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher dying at school. And not just any school, Komagata houses one of the Seven Mysteries. Komagata houses the one that the high school girl got, which would be Fool's Procession. Alright, so where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big to be a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this test was also the work of a curse. Oh, so that's why the school's closed. That's right. I see. Either way, it seems all three victims who died to the Seven Mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right. And Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the Seven Mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could they have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the Seven Mysteries? That is probable. That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner, one who could pull off a curse like that without even using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Shit's crazy. Looking at these deaths, it seems that there was one of the curse bearers acted last night. We can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I haven't thought about that. There is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. That's great news, so basically we're saved during daytime? Exactly. It's also likely why Najima gave us till dusk. He must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye aye, boss! Let's do this! Alright, let's go, area! Woo! We'll find the other curses and yank them. That's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata to look for Hitomi or Michio's house to find more about her. There's a lot we need to do, but not a lot we can do. This ain't looking good. We're gonna run out of time if we don't do something. Gotta keep moving. Alright, let's go! We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Oh, nice! Now I can do more stuff with them. I gotta wait for Hitomi. This one, I think. Yeah, I think I gotta wait for that one. Let's go back to, these guys. Let's go back to Harue. And, I forget the private eye guy's name. Richter. Never mind, Richter. Good morning, ma'am. How are you feeling? I'm fine. I hope we can make a good make good progress. How's your curse stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Interesting. It's possible that the powers can only be unleashed at night. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done in what limited time I had. Very well. Let's talk. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. And what's that? Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul dredges, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes. Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? So as long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect. Compensation. Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigimas, wouldn't it? Of course, why, any amount would be fine if it'd get the job done. I wouldn't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way it did back with the ransom. Okay, with that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dredges. Did you see the news this morning? I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies, but they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. Only 3? That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dredges. And for those curse stones are capable of a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we know it all after the power resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dredges yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action, and then we offer them the deal. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if the situation could be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended. Now that's an interesting theory. Do you think there's someone behind all this? You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the rite of resurrection as well. So you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers? You got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though, it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dredges if they were after the rite. This would be very risky since as a curse bearer, they themselves would become a target. So it'd actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively. That's right, but despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dredges themselves? You mean their intention was also to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is a safer course of action. Which is why I figured it best for us to attempt the same strategy. So, how should we do it? There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or still, we'll have to outspace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do this? At this point, all we can do is search. If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dredges, can we be sure there even is a rite of resurrection? Good question. The rite could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be all for naught, do you want to give up, ma'am? Never. Honestly, out of everyone, I support her using it more than anybody. The style makes my brain go, Bird, hello! How are you, Bird? I know, right? The art style of this game's good, and the story's actually very fucking interesting, and the mechanics of how you avoid curses is really wild. I'm EP? I EP too. Don't worry, fam. But we'll do it without using curses ourselves. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them. But I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're quick. I suppose that's expected from an investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery. Why is he JoJo posing on me? First, there's Ayame Tono, the girl we talked before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Art. She's currently Wait, is the girl that's with Nami Gaki the police guy's daughter? You haven't determined her address? You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with pretending to be her parent. I went around to check her place the way there. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She's planning to steal the cursed stones, just like us. It's best we act carefully around her. Okay, so I think that art student we ran into is Tetsuo's daughter. That's actually very interesting. Next is the tall man who was dressed in black. Oh, yeah, that guy. I met him near Shicho. He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good info from him. Impressive! What can I say? He works as a secretary to Hihaku Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumi Oka. The Hihaku Soap's headquarters and the factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yeah, that's the guy who was trying to steal the cursed stone from Shogo in the beginning. They've been here for a while, but it's only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. Seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assume she'd want her factories running at full capacity. With the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down. That's right. Even 10 years ago, there were many company complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later. Let's hope you will. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the right would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare. Okay. That's an interesting thought. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seemed out collecting soul judges, right? Indeed. I couldn't get a look at him, though. Oh, that's Arai! And I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. I'm pretty sure that's Arai. That looks like the back of Arai's head. Well, that's a shame. But I can make an educated guess. Oh? You know, that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the Rite of Resurrection. The one that lives near here. His name is Hideki Araishi, and the men met very similar in stature. Oh my, even he is involved? How awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I don't think Arai is smart enough for that. I think it's possible, yes. Like, he has knowledge of it, but I don't think he initiated it. He doesn't seem too smart for that. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with them for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. course, I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. Also, he no longer has a stone. I prefer to assert who else is a curse bearer. First, I'll return to Hihaku Soaps to see that man in black. Their headquarters are down on South Warigetsui Street. I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Komagata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher named Kohei Jonuichi. Do you think he was a curse bearer? Not sure. It's possible. But regardless, this means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Shit, you right! Just when we were getting somewhere. If it isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit. Understood. In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there is Michio, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yatsuda Gardens. If strangeness continued to occur like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors. But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? I feel like they do, in some way. It's true, both occurred a week before this accursed situation. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved, even with those killings. How? What if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries curse? Can I really assume that they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it would be easier if it were connected to these curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easy. You seem to know a lot about this. Bruh, I'm a private eye! Of course I know a lot about it! I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too. I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. We might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. And that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start. Right. Let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. Alright. Let's skedaddle skadoodle. So he said, okay, Warigetsu, that's the park where a policeman died. And this is the high school. I don't know what I should investigate. Let's go here. Let's check out over here. Oh, this is the soap place. I forgot. Soap's headquarters are on the other side is out with Warigetsu Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears things are up and running now. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'll be better if I go inside to headquarters alone. You should walk around, visit a cafe, or some tea, perhaps. Fine. Let me look around for a tea place. Back in the Edo period, the canal known as the South Warigetsui ran through this area, but it's been turned into a major road. It's a bit away from but the station, Ryogoku Station, though it's still considered a nice area. The stories of the ever-burning lantern and the foot-washing mansion both took place around here. One of the bodies discovered this morning was found by this road as well. It's quite a lively area, huh? I suppose you could call it somewhat of a city center. Yeah. To think a small soap-making company could grow so much in a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why the director and now the chairwoman Natsue Yamemori is called the Queen. You mentioned that Takumi works here as her secretary? That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That is true! That is a solid point. Solid point, Haruhi. That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. So, an influential person at Soaps is potentially a curse bearer. Richter proposed we use money to negotiate for the curse stones, but we could hardly outbid a large corporation if it came down to it. True. I'm going to go in. If it may be a while, so feel free to go somewhere to kill time. Good luck in there. Bye, Richter! Be safe! I mean, I know you can't be killed by a curse or anything. Sorry to keep you waiting. How'd it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we have a curse stone of our own. Excuse me? Oh shit! There he is! I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night. However, you said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. Oh, and I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What are you on about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did to think you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. Are you a curse bearer? No? You're right, we lack time. I'll confess, I'm a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the haunting clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. It's a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business was specialized in scrubbing curses clean. Oh! It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of a god. She has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from a pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it is now the site of the curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hihaku is a real-life witch? Shouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Suigen Gamyodo, who's gallantly working on behind the scenes, exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? These are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce curse bearers into unspeakable action. Yeah, that's kind of what I guessed. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over the curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. We have 6. 6? Whoa, I can rest at ease. You're right that I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we are on the same page. Wait, so he has 6. How many does the police guy have? Okay, he has 6. 11 in total? Let me just look at something. Because I know that there is more than 7 mysteries, technically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's technically 9. So if he is 6... He's lying! He's lying! There's no way he has 6. That is the case. You should hand over your curse stone immediately. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really now? Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to, but I promise I'll return it. I'll turn with it later. Very well. This guy's lying! He doesn't have 6 because the policeman has one. The high school girl has one. Haruhi has one. So that's 3 already, but I know there's like 9 curses instead of 7. 7's just like a name. And then the policeman also has 2 other ones. So there would be only 4 left, and Nejima has one, so there's only 3 left. So he's a big, fat, stinky liar. Now he won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume. How prudent of you. I'll oblige. Yeah, there would only be 3 curse stones left then. That we don't know who has them. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the right after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may as well have made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. Yes! He did! I think he was lying about having procured 6 curse stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company is plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the curse stones. It seems rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul judges. Oh god. I think at most they have 1. 1 or none. I think they only have 1 at most. Perhaps the people at Hihaku are the masterminds behind the curse being unleashed. That is a good point. Because the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. She really were that powerful. Would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went or he's trying to spread a rumor. Ah! For a purpose would he do that? Recently people have been caught up about the occult more than ever before. Word spreads that Haku's chairwoman has godlike powers. She could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. Hi, Toxic, how are you doing? Burke Razzler. That's unsettling. Yeah, they're lying. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception. And what's that? People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of Hihaku employee. Yeah, Shogo! Shogo worked for the company! So as long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, it all amounts to no more than speculation. Yeah, Shogo was the guy. Wait, but we don't know who killed Shogo then. Because we don't know who has the Whispering Canal then. Just stop by to let you know, Dredges. Yeah, I claimed it! I claimed it. I've been checking every day. It's deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. Alright, let's go. To the park! And that's where the policeman died, I believe. Wait, there's someone in the background. We're here. This is Midori-cho Park. Ayami Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. This place is connected to the story of the Taiko of Sugaru. Richter looks more like a Josh. I don't know, he does not look like a Josh to me. I don't know, he looks more like a Michael. This place is connected with the story of okay. Not only that, Katsushika Hokusai's house was also in this area. That might be why Ayame chose to live here. Yeah, because Ayame's, like, motives for wanting to raid a resurrection are very shallow. We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Ayame's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I'd prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. Yeah, I think it's like just the whole bit. I prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace of her movements. Then be my guest. Okay, shouldn't be long. Leader Richter! Like, he's so fashionable. The giant-ass belt buckle, the hat, the chain, the unbuttoned top. Why is he so slay? Back, ma'am. So nothing? I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch in the area. I don't know if they got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. You've got a sharp eye to have noticed them despite them being so covert. What can I say? It's a part of being the job. Oh, and the fingerless gloves? Bros dripped the fuck out. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. You're planning to go that far? We won't make much progress sticking around here. Alright, I guess we gotta move again. High school time! The fingerless gloves make me think he's gonna pull out a Beyblade? Oh my god. Hell yeah! Here we are at ground zero. Koba got to high school. I guess it's logical that the police got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school's closed. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. No, I don't think Jonouchi was. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. Yeah, we'll look around. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. Yeah, I think Richter's it might be his last name. I'm back, ma'am. Because I could actually look. Oh no, it's his first name. His whole name's Richter Kai. An eccentric man. Richter Kai. So what did you learn? That school kids sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Jonouchi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought. But there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Jonouchi. Really? That neck very Kyle. The story's got two pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio was gonna kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumbling and told his students, wait, I have a theory. I need to read something to see if my theory would be correct. Where is it? Where's the one-sided read story? I just wanted to see the story of this one. Oh my god! Michael Jackson! Oh my god, it's Abaka, hello. Because Najima has the one-sided read curse. We don't know what activates this curse. We don't know how he activates it. But he said it's a very powerful one that he could kill a lot of people. And I think he killed the high school teacher. I think he did. Because he was the only other person as well who knew about what transpired with the kidnapping of this lady's son. Fellow teacher overheard his mumblings and told the students. Then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that juicy don't stay secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl in a school uniform was seen around school late last night. No, Yoko! Bye, Yoko. Go on. Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. No, it was Yoko! But if it were true, I want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she is alive, that'd be a deal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. I soon had a list of student addresses on hand. That's an amazing find! I believe all the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain what should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no? Sure, let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michio Shirashi's house. I can imagine students are easy after learning of the murder. It may do them well to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health. I can see that. It's important that society provides a safe environment for the benefit of our youth. Some school policies could use some rewriting, especially those handling the students' personal information. That's right, I don't want a student being kidnapped on their way back from home again. I expect criminals to grow more cunning as time passes. There may be times where the authorities can't keep up. That's where outlaws such as myself come in. What's this about? Richter, you good, champ? Just forget I said anything. Alright. Oh yeah, we can visit her house now. Let's go! Let's go! To get all our info. How'd it go? Went to visit Michio Shirashi's family home, however. No one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. Interesting. Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. Met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out Shirashi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Is that so? I'll give you a quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just 2 of them. Michio's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in return. So far so good. What happened? Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name was apparently Kankishiro Aiwa. Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow everyone knew his name. Thank you for the hydrate and stretch. Ugh. Ooh, my back. It cracked a little bit. Remember to stretch and hydrate. So what of this what about this guy? He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. The neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him not to hit Michio. That's terrible. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear an eerie chanting. Through this, the Shirashis standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. Oh, fuck. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. What the fuck? That's awful. Then Michio reportedly ended herself. Things only got worse with him, and Toshiko was admitted to a hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, he hasn't returned to the home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shirashis entirely, and seemed relieved that the things finally quieted down again. That's fucked up. That is so fucked up. It seems they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? Well, they don't start that way. With those situations, they start out nice, they start out loving, and then it escalates. Slowly. I've heard many stories where the one partner's personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. Yep. After her husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worst. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Yeah. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Collect all information. Whoa! Richter, you scared the piss out of me! Oh, so you came here too. Who? Wait, is it the cops? Is it Tetsuo? What is it? It's my boys! It's my detective boys. Ah! Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? It's my copper boys! I love my police boys. I love my police boys. Are we able to resume this? Start from location selection. That's a lot of places to look. We'll do the candy shop, I guess. I'm gonna see if I can continue their story, because I might need to in order to do more stuff. I can do the cop story, too. And so, Mio Kurosuzu and Yako Sakazaki decided their next location to investigate. Okay, I can't do anything with them then. Fancy sushi! Hell yeah! Woo! This music's bumping! I love their music when they're investigating. Let's go to the high school. High school first, and then the place. Here we are, Komagata High School. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. This place isn't only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshimi's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the Fool's Procession, and of course where the teacher was killed. Seems a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? Alright, speaking of schools, what is it? You said Paranormal Affairs can't help us right now. So why don't you get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of the people involved in this case lead back to the school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them here. For a guy who questioned me about the legality of working with them, you sure seem to be eager to exploit underage labor. Hey, you said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine. When do you become such a smooth talker? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone here who can help us scout the area. Komagata High's gymnasium also serves as a polling place and evacuation center. While all the buildings around here are still made of wood, but this place looks safe and sturdy. out that to be that simple. School gets stay locked with forensics to respect the students of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to a person in charge later. Well, I guess we're going here. Let's go! My police boys. I love my police boys. It seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone. Alright, I'll go check out the house. Alright, Ariel, bye! Ario's checking the Shirashi household. I'll just wait here till he gets back. Let me look around. It's quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going. But it seems like everyone's decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents. You know, that's valid. Well, oh, hello? Oh, you're back. No luck, boss. No one home? Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced at the windows, but there's no sign of activity inside either. And I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed into their mailbox. Ariel looks kind of disappointed. Not much we can do if they're not home. Let's go somewhere else for now. Ah. So I think I have to explore a certain area with the high schoolers. But where? Because that's... I can only do the 2. Maybe the high school? I have to do something with the high schoolers because I can't do anything with Harue or the police boys right now. I'm gonna see... Because there's a lot of locations I can click. And so... Yeah. So I have to do summon another spirit that worked well last time. Hi Sam, how are you doing? So I gotta go location selection. We tried the bridge. We tried the candy shop. We tried the high school. Maybe the bridge? Merry New Year and... Hello, Hellifino. What a beautiful username. How are you doing? An advanced happy Valentine Day. Still sick, but slowly recovering. Oh, that's good to hear. Alright, yeah, they're investigating. There must be something I need to do with them. Because I can't continue here. I can't continue here. I wonder. Maybe I have to start from a certain point. Now I got the gardens, and that's the only other place I haven't looked. So maybe I just had to choose the right location. We'll find out! Nope. Wait, and so... Nope. Wait! I know what I need to do. Resume. I have to get them to go to the high school. I have to get them to go to the high school. To get the police to run into them, I think. I think I know what to do. I think I have to make them be at the high school. And then I gotta go here. And go to the high school. Don't know what's going on. We're solving curses and vibing. Yeah, see, there they are! Oh my god, I did it! Here we are. Yeah. They're my girls! Huh? That's... Boss, what is it? You want to talk to those girls? I do! Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Come on, Ario. Huh? What? That's my girl! Mio. She's like the psychic student. 1, 2, 3. Hey, aren't you? We don't know what's happening, but let's go! So basically, there's these stones. You get these stones, you get a curse. And each curse is activated through a different thing. This guy has a curse that, if somebody lies to him, he can activate it. Like any lie, which is fucking powerful. There's one that activates if someone has something flammable on said person. Like something, like a fire starter, like a lighter, or, stuff like that. Oh, she survived? Yeah, Mio survived! It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the visual novel. Really is with Richter. I love my man, Richter Kai. And also, hi, Juicebox. Blocks. How are you doing? Welcome on in. You must be that high school skirting those child labor laws who I've heard so much about. Say that again? Sorry about that. He's with me. I love Ario. He's a fucking dumbass. Mr. Tsuzumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions. I prefer not to work for free, to be honest. Don't worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat. Wait. Really? Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Me too, though. Oh yeah, like one of those places in Ginza? I've never been. Let's go. We got ourselves a deal, right, boss? The girls are at our service. Hold on now. What just happened? I never said I... Sushi? Looking forward to it, boss. Wait, since since when were you included? You guys are so funny. You should do stand-up. Yeah! So how much have you been able to figure out? Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, then brought forth the 7 mysteries of Honjo. That allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses to gather soul dredges for the rite of resurrection. At least that's my hypothesis. Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there were actually 9 mysteries, not 7! When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the curse stones appeared before those who wanted the rite at the locals of the 7 mysteries. We managed to gather 3 curse stones so far, including the one I got, the Evergreen Beach. You got 3 already? Wow! We have the curse stone of Pool's Procession. Well, Yako, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me, I'm Yako, the girl standing behind her! She does? Is she alright? We can take it off your hands. Well, the Feast of Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out. Alright, I'll leave the Pool's Procession with you two, then. Huh? You want to talk to me? You'd probably be better off asking Mio. Alright. Thank you. Please collect the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows. I got it. That should make things work out smooth. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any? Well, last night at school. You were here last night? Yeah, you see, we were doing a little Ouija board. You two were using a spirit board? That's so cool. So that's when you ran into the curse echo. I'm glad you survived. I fucking love Ario. He was such a fucking dumbass. Somehow we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. The curse echo we saw took the shape of a woman, missing an arm and a leg. That is the one-sided read, and that is what killed the teacher. A woman missing an arm and a leg, that's... Yeah, the one-sided read. The one-sided read, this is bad. Bro, Najima's the fucking janitor! The janitor's a serial killer! What's so bad about that one? You idiot! Think! The curse bearer of the one-sided read is Najima! Booby Chica Najima, he admitted it himself. That's his curse. Wait, that's right. But wait, if that's the case, Najima might have been here last night. He was! He was the janitor! What? I mean, it's possible he was lying to us, but... What?! Who's Najima? No clue. Najima. So Najima is trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes. Huh? He said he's going to massacre the city at sundown today? And he's trying to get to your daughter too? That's why we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So just be sure, could you tell me who else was at the school last night? The janitor! As far as we know, there was us, Mr. Shonichi, and one of our classmates. Don't forget old man Ashimiya. Wait, Hitomi? Do you mean Hitomi Okuda? Second year student? Well, yeah. Why? Boss, she was here last night. I saw Hitomi earlier, though, and she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me. You did? You talked to her? Yeah. Would you mind if we asked you a few questions about that? Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. You know, valid concern, valid concern. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this. I see. Don't worry, this is about a different matter. A different matter? You mean about the police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? Did Hitomi say something about him? Yeah, she did actually. Dude, this is crazy! I'm getting so much info! We're talking about people who were at the school last night. There was one more person, though I'm not too clear on the details. There was someone else? Apparently Hitomi actually saw Mr. Jonoichi getting cursed and killed last night. What? Talk about some vital information. What she said happened was... Michio was the one who killed Mr. Jonoichi? Are you sure it was really Michio that she saw? Well, that's what she told me. I wasn't there. It must mean there was another curse bearer here last night. Jonoichi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been there, whether it was Michio or not. Damn, boss, do you think it really could have been Michio's ghost? I mean, based on what we've heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful. Yeah, and then the last time when we were playing this, they were talking about possession and stuff, and I think, like, Michio's attached to Yako. Because, like, she felt so much rage when she saw Jonoichi. Calm down. Just because the paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible that Najima was behind Jonoichi's death. But what about Hitomi's story? About this janitor, Ashima, was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's worked here? Why are you so interested? 'Cause he's Najima! I only transferred to the school, though, so I have no idea. He's around 50 years old. He came to our school about half a year ago. No one knows what he did before, so there are all kinds of rumors. I see. Thanks. I think I'm starting to get a better picture of all this. Huh? Listen up. It's not uncommon for former prisoners to find work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of proper rehabilitation, you see. What are you... Yeah, it's the fucking janitor! Ario, had the officers apprehend the janitor. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room. Right away! Yeah, you go, Ario! Boss, bad news. The room's been empty. He knew! He knew we would catch on! Fuck! Sounds like they've been looking to question Ashiyama too, but couldn't find him anywhere. Well, fuck! Looks like he was trying to clean up his tracks. But nice one, Sam. No. That all, but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. Are there any photos of this Ashimiya? The old man seriously hated getting his picture taken. He'd always avoid it. Ario, call an urgent search for Makoto Ashima. We can't let him get away. I'll contact HQ right away. Yeah, you go! I didn't expect all this. How could that old man have been some horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe. A curse bearer on top of that. To think he was so close to us this whole time gives me the chills. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at a high school. Let's hope that it isn't already too late. Oh! I may have shown Ashima my curse stone last night. What? I don't like this one bit. Najima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bearers, but I'm glad nothing happened to you. Wait, but then could it have been old man Ashima who attacked you in the hallway? Yeah! I almost told him that you were still in the building. You did? Good thing I didn't say anything. Yeah, I mean, I did say something previously to see, and yes, he does end up killing her. You might have gotten very lucky there, kid. This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, long arm of the law, help us. Alright, about the mastermind. To put a stop to the Feast of Shadows, it would help if I knew more about how the curses of these 7 mysteries first came about. In that case, you're probably best off talking to that crabby researcher guy. Arai! You mean Mr. Arai? I would very much like to talk to him. He's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. Maybe people are inclined to talk if it's one of his students doing the asking. Do you know where he is? Oh wait, we do. I tried talking to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working on his papers. The cafe, oh, Kuro Kikyo Cafe in Kamizawa. Thanks, we'll head over there now. So school rules say we're not allowed to go to cafes, though. Don't worry about it, I'll allow it. Thank you. That's all it takes? I'm a police. I am the law. There must be a mastermind behind everything, someone who orchestrated all this for a reason. Was it maybe Nojima's just the mastermind? Because we know how ready he is to kill and stuff. And for what reason would he really need the right of resurrection? I don't think he would have much of a reason. So he might just end up being the mastermind because he's very open to killing. And we know he's been out. So I think he's mostly the one that I would consider the mastermind. It's a matter of preventing mass death. I think a cafe break is acceptable. I want to find out why. I would not be surprised if it ends up being Najima. Hitomi did say Mr. Yoshimi entrusted her with something. Oh yeah, that's right, talisman! He did, what was it? Yoshimi gave her a talisman? Apparently he also asked her to go look for another one just like it. The one that Michio had. What kind of talisman could they be, boss? Doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimi was talking about him with his dying breath, it must have been pretty damn important. Did they find a talisman on Michio where her body was found? I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it. That is true. Right. Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact info? I'd like to talk to her about this talisman. I'm not sure. She may never have opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi. I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem too bad of a guy. Oh, that's scary for a cop. Yeah, Ario seems like it's just a little puppy dog. Little dumbass puppy dog. But I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up becoming a suspect. She is not! To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us. Meryl, then. Do you think she talked to Yoshimi's fiancé? Have they met before? Oh, they have. She told us about that. Yes, she might be willing to talk to her. Alright, then we better find her fast. You haven't been able to reach her? That's a little worrying. Yeah, that is actually. I wonder. Okay, I'm actually curious if Yoshimi's fiance is a curse bearer, because there's still a couple curse bearers we don't know. Mayu Chozawa. We'll let you know as soon as we manage to contact her. I'll be willing to give Hitomi's contact info to her. Oh right, one more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakagoshi from the police headquarters. What? So it was a Nakagoshi case? Why would Yoshimi tell her that? They do have 4 of the 9. Also, hi Sager, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Yeah, so, yeah, Tetsuo has his and 2 others. And then Yako has 1. So that's 4. And then Harue has 1, which is the 5, like the clappers. That's 5. So that's 5. And then Najima has 1. That's 6. There's 3 more that we don't know. But I am pretty sure the soap place must have 1 if they know about the whole curse bearer thing. So there's probably 2 more that we are unsure of. Why would Yoshimi tell her that? Could you check on that? I will, but, well, I don't know if they'll pick up what I call. Is he with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau? Well, yes, Nakagoshi's the chief, but he's almost never in. So really, I don't really know the guy. To be honest, I'm not sure if he exists, or if he's just a figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. All of the Paranormal Affairs cases are referred to as Nakagoshi cases. Jeez, what's up with that? Curious. The amulet had told me was looking for maybe the missing puzzle piece to this mystery. True, you're right, actually. What now? Jonoichi was almost definitely killed by a curse. But I wonder about the exact cause of death. If the curse's origin and the cause of death are connected, it could give us another lead. What was the thing you mentioned about Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Do you know anything about her? What was your relation? I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first. I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two. It's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Ario. Alright. Keep in mind this is just a theory, though. Okay. After re-examining the crime scene, Noshimi concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but vehicular collusion. Wait, what? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or van would have resulted in similar injuries. The investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seems he has his doubts about it being a suicide. What? A van? Speeding? Yako, what's wrong? Are you okay? Ah! Ah! Oh yeah, Yako's possessed. Yako's possessed by, Michio. Yako! Because they were talking about possession. I missed that text. A van, there's a young man in the driver's seat. In the passenger seat, a woman. So a man and a woman in a truck, in a speeding vehicle, hit Michio. But who? Who? Maybe it's someone we already know. So, young man. Maybe it's Namigaki. Namigaki and, policeman's daughter. Maybe it's them. Yes? Wait, was I... Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Yeah, I'm okay, I think. Someone got isekai. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. No, she's possessed. Like, Michio's spirit is within her. Because they were talking about it last time I played. And she felt like such rage to the teacher guy and stuff. She is 100% possessed. As long as you're okay, that was quite a surprise though. Curious. Yoshimi talked to you guys about Michio, didn't she? Well, he didn't give me any specifics if you're wondering about that. So I don't know what was truly on Michio's mind either, right? Do you have any idea why Jonoichi was scared of Michio? Well, we do know that! He was being a creep, And you know what? I'm not upset about Jonoichi being gone now. I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but... See, well, I half expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it's hard to explain. I wonder what he got his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that. It's because Michio was seen with, Harue's son. The last person to be seen with him alive. That's the dirt. Michio, what happened? This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already involved with the case. I know, right? Let's do a saucy save. Jonichi was almost killed by a curse. It's usually easier to let Ario do the talking when it comes to young people, but we only have a day. It'll be quicker if I take the reins this time. But he did manage to win them over with the promise of food. Let's see how this plays out. Looks like I can talk to her more. I can't talk to her more yet. Let's look at the surroundings. Forensics still investigating the area. I didn't really want to bring this to a kid's place like this, but there were too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it'd be good to have Mio look around the scene too. Mio Kurosuzu. She's a disciple of the Paranormal Affairs Chief. I've heard that she helps out with investigations free of charge under the guise of training. Although she's my old boss's protege, she helped me out plenty a while when I was in Paranormal Affairs. She may look meek, but she's got strong spirit, sense, and sharp instincts, and courage, plus quite the brain to back it all up. That said, I can't help but think there's some kind of darkness following her around. I'm gonna look around a bit. Yeah. What's all that rope about? It indicates where Jonoichi's body was found. They've moved his body, but this way we still have an idea of how it was found. That's a little gross. You can even see how his arms and legs are all ugh. Cool it, Ariel. You're scaring her. This kind of stuff is a little much for a kid. I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently. Mia, what do you think? I knew the second I looked at the scene. You're right. Traces of a curse still linger here. I figured as much. Does that mean Jonoichi was killed by one of the curses of the 7 mysteries? A strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. Oh, Mia, you're so calm. Are you used to this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess. No. I've heard some stories about you. Didn't you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been attacked by a paranormal attack without even breaking a sweat? Stop her, Mr. Tsuzumi. She's gonna get the wrong idea. Whoa, that's amazing! Mio, you're a professional! You think? Totally, you're cool even in the face of death. That's awesome! When you put it like that, I'm not sure how awesome it is. Forensics is calling. We'll see what they have to say. Ooh. They found this on the ground a short distance away from the scene. A ribbon. Wait, does that have to do with the curse's activation? Because we know each of the curses is activated in a different way. We don't know how all of them are activated. Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. I've seen this ribbon before. You have? Go on. That's the ribbon that Michio always used to wear! What the fuck?! What?! That's crazy. Does that mean that Michio was here? Are you sure? Definitely. I have the same one at home. We brought them together. That has to be hers. Then, did she come back to life somehow? But how? That is actually fucking crazy news. It was Michio and I came back to life. Where would I go? That's the question. She got a revenge on Jonoichi, but she may have more revenge to dish out. Is there anyone else she'd have a grudge against? Well, her stepdad. About the guy who killed her in the collision. Oh, that. She really did come back to life. Then it's terribly sad she's spending her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge is such a tragic way to live. That is true. I'm afraid that's all we can tell you. Don't worry. You were a big help, thank you. We should start our search for Najima and Mayu. It might be worth to check out Michio's house as well, just in case. Let's use the school as our base of operations if anything happens. Go to one of the officers hang around here. Got it. Thank you, and good luck. That is actually fucking huge news. And can also lead to a loop of 2 people killing each other and coming back to life. That's wild. Well, wait. Maybe Okay. I have another theory. Like, you know the history's on... We don't know how the one-sided read works. Maybe it uses... uses spirits in a way. Or something. Because we know the janitor was here tonight. And I think the janitor was, in fact, the one who killed Jonoichi. But we don't know how his curse activates. We'll go talk to Mr. Arashi about a way to lift this curse. Alright, boss, let's get going wherever you're ready. Let's go! Perfect. Oh my god, things are getting actually fucking crazy! That was big news indeed! And we gotta hurry up and solve this mystery and stop Najima before he kills everybody! Because his curse is powerful, so his curse must be a very easy one to activate. Like, a very easy one to activate. But yeah, what if his uses, like, vengeful spirits? Maybe. So we know this is his, but we don't know how it activates. Let me just do a saucy little save. Because this is absolutely getting wild, but I'm gonna do a quick BRB, so I will be right back. I have returned! Things are actually getting fucking crazy in this, and also hi, Razzle! What horrible timing for that sound! I did kind of hear it a bit before I went fully on my BRB. Was the vine boom, like boom! But oh, this shit's crazy already! And the clock be ticking because we only have technically a few hours till a fuck ton of people die. Alright, I don't know if we should do the policemen or the girls. I think I'll do the girls for a bit. And Arai's not a threat. Arai's not a threat because he doesn't have his curse stone anymore. Yo, thank you for the resub! Razzle! Was she stinking? No, you. That's just rude. Alright, anyways, let's go! Oh, also, I got some desserts. I got an Nanaimo bar, and I got a shortbread cookie. Because, my mother-in-law gave me many dessert. And I also helped make desserts. I'll have to send pictures in, the Discord. You're not wrong. I woke up late and had to sprint to work without a shower. Ew, stinky! You know, normally you'd be breaking school rules, but just by stepping foot in a cafe. I'll be in hot water if you lied about having permission from the police. Remember that. We know, it'll be okay. So, what did you want to ask me? Yako, if you would. Right, we wanted to ask you about this. Oh my, a curse stone. An Okame mask. That must mean the Fool's Procession. You two were at the school last night. Damn, they're of all places? Yako, you're one of them? You're a curse bearer. Please calm down, Mr. Arai. Your reaction is too intense. It's kind of scaring me. Sorry about that. I'm afraid I got ahead of myself. What is it you wanted to know about your curse stone? What would be the best way to approach this? Flatter him. It's just a brilliant teacher like you must know an awful lot about curse stones. Well, it's true that I'm likely the person most well versed in this matter. You're the only one I can count on, Mr. Arai. Won't you help us? Please? Oh, am I now? In that case, there's no harm hearing what you have to ask. Thank you, let's see. Why is everything with the Rite of Resurrection and 7 Mystery Coast Stones happening now? Oh, taking an interest now that you've received one of the curses, have you? You sound like a researcher starting your questioning with your subject's origins. Mr. Arai, you're not the one who triggered the curse, are you? I'm afraid I had nothing to do with that. Rather, I wasn't even attempting to do so in the first place. Completing the rite itself has nothing to do with my research. Then do you know of the ancient Omiyodo ritual known as the Feast of Shadows? What is that? Something from the occult? So he doesn't know about the Feast of Shadows! Miss Kurozuzu, you look like the type to be interested in those things, but it's outside my field of expertise. In that case, why do you think the rite and curses have appeared now? I believe this is the intentional work of someone. It certainly is not something that would happen by accident. Why is it you want to know? Well, he may not tell us anything else if we say that we're trying to stop the curse. We need to make something up. True, he seems like the type to want them to keep going. Well, you see, we have such an intellectual curiosity, and I think we could really help your research. I see, now that you mention it. Seems like he's reluctant. Then how about... Then what does the Record of Fates have researchers say about the Rite of Resurrection? Oh, I see. That's what you want to know. Allow me to first elucidate you regarding the author of the Record of Fates. A special privilege, I might add, since I have yet to publish this in a paper. Yeah, he seems like very, like, up his own ass about his research, so I figured, like, if I get asking about his research, he'd be like, oh. Okay. The Record of Fates was written by 200 years ago, in the latter half of the Edo period. It was written by a skilled but little-known onmyoji called Senmen Tsuchimikado. This is important stuff, if nothing else, remember this. Senmen Tsuchimikado, I've never heard of him. I'm sure you haven't. He was born into a famed onmyoji family, but split away to practice forbidden arts in secret. He used whatever name was most convenient for the situation, so his real name barely exists in my records. Or so it is written in the Record of Fates. Huh? As brilliant as Seiman was, he was also an eccentric. He delved into researching the Rite of Resurrection, a legendary forbidden ritual that has never been completed. However, by invoking himself with the forbidden ritual, he was expelled from his family and eventually found himself in Honjo, in Edo. The record of fates are in the writings Seiman recorded on the road to Edo. I see. So write down how to perform the rite itself? The rite of resurrection makes use of Abe no Seibei's specialty. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these words. The Taizen Fukun ritual. A means of communicating with the afterlife. It uses soul dredges to replicate the souls of a dead spirit that has been called. I never knew something like that existed. Thus, it is thought that only ones who can use it are those with the ability to turn human souls into soul dredges in the first place. So the rite of resurrection calls that ritual to be performed in advance. Then, when the soul dredges are gathered and infused, with the wish of whoever is performing the ritual, it can be completed. The contents written in the record of fates. And there. There's no more? What about the 7 mysteries of the curse stones? There's nothing written about them in the record of fates. The curse stones are separate from the rite of resurrection. Their curse is one used to enable the one who is unable to perform such rituals to be able to use the rite. That's similar to what Mio said, actually. How are the 7 mysteries related? Excuse me, Mr. Arai. What is it, Miss Kuro Suzu? You published a theory before the incident took place. It said that the rite of resurrection and origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo are related somehow. What proof did you have? You really know your stuff, but about that. That was a somewhat sensationalized piece written for occult magazines. Oh, really? Was it just nonsense then? Not exactly. Rather, it's not a complete fabrication. There is a basis for it. And that is, well, I suppose there's no harm telling a couple of students so passionate about the topic. Thank you! This is something I discovered from referencing numerous texts unrelated to the record of fates. It was just after Seiman arrived in Honjo. There are records of a conflict over a ritual used to resurrect the dead in Honjo. What? A conflict over resurrecting the dead? I don't know the details. A man enticed the public with a claim of a spell that could resurrect the dead, causing a conflict that ended tragically with 9 dead. 9 dead! The number of mysteries! Oh ho ho! That is the only remaining reference. 9 people fighting over a resurrection ritual. I call this tragedy the Honjo incident, and has long been subject to my research. And I suspect that this Honjo incident might be the very origin of the 7 mysteries. It has to be! It's too much of a coincidence. So what you're saying is, the resurrection ritual at the root of the Honjo incident is Seiman's rite of resurrection? Yes. That is how the record of fates ties to everything. To it in chronological order, first Seiman brought the rite of resurrection to Edo. We can assume that at this point Seiman was likely using a different name. Then in Honjo, 9 people fought to the death over this rite, the Honjo incident. After that, the incident was covered up by an interesting party, preventing it from being recorded in history fully. Eventually, it passed down in incomplete pieces, becoming known as the 7 mysteries of Honjo. That's more or less the course of events. Makes sense? So that's how they're connected. Then if I'm getting this right, the 7 mysteries were basically required to gather the soul judges necessary for the rite. Heh, and there's more! With the most recent occurrence of the curse, I've become even more confident in my theory. You are? Yes, the reason for it being, the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries etched into those who received the curse stones. Resentful memories. Yako, if you really are a curse bearer, then when you obtained your curse stone, you would have had a resentful memory imprinted in your mind. I did! Exactly, those memories are what happened in the final moments of the 9 who died in the Honjo incident. Broadly speaking, they involved dying while bearing some kind of deep resentment. The 9 victims became the 9 curse echoes, which over time came to be spoken as the 7 mysteries, thus gathering the resentful memories granted by the present curses and connecting them together. Reveal once and for all what happened during the Honjo incident. Huh. That's why you must tell me about the resentful memory of your fool's procession, Yako. Should I? Yeah, I think it's okay. We need all the info we can get. Okay, Mr. Arai, I'll tell you about the memory of the fool's procession. Excellent. So basically, it's about a woman who died falling from, Yagura Tower at the festival. Interesting. It's not that one, then. Wait, what? Not that one, what do you mean? Among the 9 victims at the Honjo incident, that is to say, the 9 curse echoes. One of them is Seimen himself, or so I suspect. It's gonna be the one that Nejima has, isn't it? Seimen was one of the victims at the Honjo incident? Meaning, and on Myoji, as powerful as him, also became a curse echo. It makes sense that the curse stone tied to the curse echo like that would be special. The power of a curse stone is different based on the curse echo? Mio. Then maybe with Seimen's curse echo we could be able to settle this whole situation. Hey, what are you two whispering about? Oh, nothing, sorry. Mr. Arai, how many of the resentful memories have you gathered so far? I have learned a number of them. The Evergreen Beach, the Foot-Washing Mansion, the Ever-Burning Lantern, and now the Fool's Procession makes 4. Of those, the most important are the Foot-Washing Mansion and Evergreen Beach. What are they about? First, the Foot-Washing Mansion. I know Myoji appears distinctly in this one. Really? But not Seimen, I'm afraid. A female Myoji, who sought the Rite of Resurrection due to her obsession with her personal appearance. Her legs, which she had always taken pride in, were stricken with corruption after she defeated by Seimen. Her curse echo is notable for being particularly easy to fulfill the requirements necessary to use the curse. That detective did well to escape this one. So a female Myoji and a rival of Seimen was involved in the Honjo incident. That certainly is interesting. Next, the Evergreen Beach. This curse echo is formed from the craftsman of Nitsuke carvings named Jinkichi, who was hanged for spreading baseless rumors. He apparently spoke of something that granted the ability to bring back the dead. The Rite of Resurrection. This man, Jinkichi, must have been in contact with Seimen. If I could just collect all of the memories, everything will be revealed, and the truth of the 7 mysteries will be mine. That is the knowledge I desire. Meaning you need to gather as much information as you can from the curse bearers. Precisely! I have an agreement to exchange information with those detectives, but they might not even find the other curse bearers, so I must take measures into my own hands. What's the trigger for the curse to occur? Another thing. You never really finished about what the trigger for all of this was. You're a little sus! I don't know. He knows, he's sweating. Really. You're not hiding something from us, are you? It has something to do with how you obtained the Record of Fates, right? How did you really get a hold of the Record of Fates? To tell you the truth, we're in a race against time. It could be a disaster if we don't hurry. What are you talking about? Someone left a warning that at sundown today, they would use the curse to kill a lot of people. The one who left that message is the culprit behind the Nejima murders from 20 years ago. What? Something so terrible will happen? I won't allow potential hundreds of people to become victims of a curse. I'll do anything in my power to stop it. Mr. Rai, please, tell us everything you know! I'm sorry, but I truly don't know anything. The truth is, I was given the Record of Fates by a woman. A woman? Who? Well, her voice sounded like a woman's, but I didn't actually see what she looked like. 1 month ago, while I was investigating at night, I suddenly heard a formless voice. A woman's voice? It said, I entrust you with this ancient manuscript, and the Rite of Resurrection held within its pages. Spread rumors of this ritual as far and wide as you can in the coming month. And before I knew it, an old document had fallen down at my feet. 1 month, she specified the time period. I was told if I did that, I could study the manuscript as much as I pleased. I wanted so badly to verify its authenticity, I ended up accepting. I haven't heard anything from that voice since then. Must have had you spread rumors in order to strengthen the power of the curse. To tie together the curse and the desire to seek out the right. This makes it likely the owner of the voice is the mastermind behind all this. Wait, I have a theory. I have a fucking theory. Remember Yoko? Remember Yoko from the fucking prologue? What if she is the mastermind? What if she's this voice? Because we haven't seen her again. What if it's her? Because we know Shogo's actually dead instead, and she's alive still. That would be fucking nuts. Hihaku and occult magazines immediately jumping at the news was a financial boon for me. Huh? Hihaku, as in Hihaku soaps? Right, I mean, no, that's not important, just some personal business. After that, I waited trying to predict what would occur in a month's time. He mentioned the soaps place, and that's where Shogo worked! That's where, like, the guy in the suit is! That's when the curse began. Those are all the details I have. Is there anything else you know? Very well, I told you this much. I may as well give you one more thing. Thank you. What might that be? About Seimon's Records of Fate. There's a sort of connotation to it. Another document called the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. A connotation? Actually, a section written in Seimon's own hand was appended to the manuscript, according to which, after the Honjo incident, Seimon lamented such a calamity taking place. He apparently wrote in the addendum for the event that the tragedy became its own curse. It seems he had an idea that the victims of the Honjo incident would turn into curse echoes and be used to gather soul dredges. It supposedly details how to handle any trouble that occurs as a result of the rite of resurrection. Really? Hold on a second. Don't you find that strange? What's the matter, Miss Sakazaki? You think my information is inaccurate? If Seimon died in the Honjo incident, then he couldn't have written that down. You really don't get it, do you? Am I wrong? Have you forgotten the ability Seimon possessed? Of course not! He could use the right of Oh. You're telling me he used it on him. He used the rite of resurrection on himself! The rite of resurrection can be carried out in advance so it activates when the soul treasures are gathered. Then it is not possible that Seimon himself was resurrected by the rite after it all took place? But he'd still have to collect the soul treasures. What if he was the last to die, though? What if he was the last to die out of the 9? And he collected all the 9? That's why they died. The 8 others besides Seimon. What? They died in the Honjo incident for their soul dredges. That sounds like it's the same. The same as what's happening now. That's why I need the resentful memories to learn the truth. I get it now. Would it still activate if the caster died? He did say, Rai did say, like, in advance, he could, like, set it so, like, when he did die, it would activate. He did say that. So I guess it is possible. The issue at hand, I feel that's an important detail. A very important detail. But nobody right now in this current moment of time has had enough soul dredges collected to be able to do that, though. Yeah, they need to stop it. Like, right before sundown, because Nejima's gonna kill a fuck ton of people with his curse. The issue at hand is that the Yin Scroll and the Record of Fates were supposed to have been passed down as a set. When I received the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll was gone. Only this information was left. Supposedly, Seimon's blood descendants guard his blood descendants. That's an important detail. Who are his blood descendants? as they passed it down across generations. It seems that over their long history, the two documents became separated and the scroll's location lost as the family line branched. Simon had descendants, so there's someone out there related to him by blood even now? Yes, in fact I've tried to trace the line as far as I could. He wasn't well-known on Myoji to begin with, so a detailed family tree does not exist. It seems likely that the use of the manuscript has been long forgotten, only being passed down out of tradition. And since they aren't even aware of what they have, tracking it down is quite tricky indeed. Wish you could ask whoever that voice belonged to about the Yin Scroll. So, he said something with the soap place, so maybe that voice... Cause like the soap place, he was saying like the CEO had like godlike powers or something. Like he might have just been trying to spread rumors, but I don't. There was some lies in his words, but I don't think it was all lies, and they have to know about the curses for some reason. I'm sure you do. So basically, on the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll, Simon himself wrote about ways to handle the curse and the rite. Yes. That's right, I've been searching for it all this time, but I haven't found a single lead. So if you two find out anything about the other resentful memories or Yin Scroll, tell me immediately. You owe me that much for telling you all this, do you not? That's the real extent of everything I know. God damn, that's a lot, though. Thank you for that. That was a lot of info. I understand. Thank you for your help. If you bring me some useful information, I'll take it into consideration for your school grades as well. Bruh. Bruh! Okay. Oh god, it's 1 p.m. Knowledge tsunami. Oh my god, my brain feels so large and so full. We've learned a lot. So to sum it up, there was a tragic incident with people cursing each other for the Rite of Resurrection in the Edo period as well. The Record of Fate's Yin Scroll may have info we want, since it details how to stop the rite. I think that's about it. Right. If we could just find the Yin Scroll, we might be able to learn how to settle this situation. But even Mr. Arashi didn't have any leads on where it is. How do we start looking for it? Someone involved in this now must have some connection to it, I think. I have a feeling the mastermind who awakened the curses is involved too. Right. What to do next? What are we gonna do next? Good question. Maybe best to give the information we just learned to Inspector Suzumi. We got a pretty big clue about the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Mr. Suzumi might know more about it. We should go back to school? Yeah, that's our point of contact after all. Whoever's behind the voice that gave Mr. Arai the Record of Fates, that must be the mastermind, don't you think? And he said it was a woman's voice. Yeah, and he said it sounded like it belonged to a woman. Whoever it is, I bet they're scary. What if it... What? Okay. So he said a woman. What if it is Yoko? She still has a question mark here. That'd be crazy if it ended up being Yoko. But it also could be the soap leader lady. You don't sound like the Yako I know. Well, let's catch him and make him spill the beans. I thought you'd say something like that. Really? Guess I'm not really feeling confident right now. I understand. I don't know if it's related to that woman behind the voice, but I'm also interested in the female on Myoji, who was a rival of Seimen. Oh, that reminds me, Mio. You know what's nearby here, don't you? Oh, you mean where Michio? Yeah, where it happened. I was going there every day to leave flowers, even though they always get cleared away anyway. Yeah, because somebody has to have the Whispering Canal, and it's not Shogo. What if Yoko has it? I'm sure it must be hard to have been reminded of Michio's death all the time. That reminds me, Yako. Yeah? When he asked me to do the spirit board 2 days ago, did you come here that day too? I left some flowers before going to school. Why? Did anything seem different that day? What's this all of a sudden? Though, now that you mention it, that day I suddenly felt lightheaded and ended up passing out for a bit. We're possessed! But I came to right away and felt fine, so I didn't think anything of it. I see. That's all I was wondering about. Thanks. Huh? Excuse me, you girls over there. Namigaki! Namigaki! He doesn't have a curse stone, though, and even if he did, he can't really hurt me in the daylight. Didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. And who might you be? I'm Yutaru Namigaki. I should probably tell you. Until yesterday, I was a curse bearer. That should clear things up. A curse bearer? Oh, you don't need to be scared. I've already given up the curse stone of the foot washing mansion. Foot washing mansion, so you're the one Inspector Suzumi was talking about. Oh, you already know Inspector Suzumi. That makes things this simple. There's nothing to worry about. I don't fucking like this guy. Oh, hey. You're... So it was him! It was him that killed Michio! He ran her over! I knew it. I knew it. When they said a young guy and a woman, I did say, probably him. The driver's seat. Yaku? So he killed Michio. Wait, what? So now, was I doing something? Sorry, Mr. Namigaki, what might be the matter? I actually wanted to discuss something with you two. Would you come with me if you have time? Discuss something. No. I don't trust you. You killed Michio! It's related to that. Huh? I'm sure you would learn a few things yourself. Not now, later was fine. I'll be waiting around Ryoko Bridge. Something rubs me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michio. What do we do? I want to go to the school first. There's something we gotta take care of. We'll have to pass. I think he was gonna kill us. Is that so? Well, then that's too bad. I'm in no rush, so I'll be waiting at Ryoko Bridge if you change your minds. I don't trust that slime ball. I don't trust him one bit. Oh. I might have to talk to him. It looks like I do have to join him. Well, he used to be a curse bearer too, but like, we can't activate our curses in the daytime. He was the one that killed Michio, it seems. Because like Yako started feeling rage, going, you're the one that was in the driver's seat. So it means the passenger seat would have been Tetsuo's daughter. I suppose we may as well hear what it is you have to say. Glad to hear it. Shall we relocate elsewhere? What if he's using the right to bring back Michio because he feels bad, man? But honestly, it doesn't seem like he doesn't seem like the type of person to feel bad about his actions. So, what did you want to discuss? Let's see, how do I put this? I'll tell you straight. I want you two to use your curse stones to bring Michio Shirashi back. Oh, shit! What? It's why I was pursuing the— oh, he felt bad. Yeah, okay, I guess he did feel bad and try to bring her back. In the first place. Unfortunately, I had to give up my curse stone before I could succeed. But you two are curse bearers with some kind of connection to her. Which means this is the perfect opportunity for me to ask you this. Well, sorry, this is also— but I don't understand why you would want this. What exactly is your relationship with Michio? Well, we met briefly once. I was so sad to hear the news of her death the other day. You're the one who killed her! Well, it would be great if we could bring Michio back. Well, we've already decided not to use the Rite of Resurrection. Is that so? It seems, however, we share a goal. I wouldn't mind collecting the soul treasures for you if you gave me your curse stone, you know. Well, we'll have to decline that as well. Our goal is to stop the curse. I see. Well, that's too bad. I suppose I'll have to give up on the curse stones. Thank you for understanding. I thought he was a little suspicious, but he left without making a fuss. But why does he want to bring Michio back? Because he killed her and feels guilt about it! And also, Yako fucking left. Yako? I guess he technically did meet her briefly. Yeah, briefly running her over. Uh-oh, did she go off somewhere while we were talking? Fuck! Oh no. That ain't good. With the front of his car, oh my god. It's getting closer to night. I don't feel good about this. I finally caught up to you. I don't know if you noticed me following you or not, but leading me to a secluded place, you got guts. I'm sorry, but I'll be taking your curse stone. Either you hand it over or I'll have to take it by force. What? Why are you? Oh my god! That is Michio. No, no, she's here again. I don't understand. Wait, it was just an accident. I swear I didn't mean to. That's why I was trying to bring you back. Aw. I mean, still though, it was a hit and run, buddy. Wait, somebody's using their curse on him. You're already too late. What? Huh? Wait. Wait. Wait! Oh, we got one of the endings, but I mean, I can always go back. So what that's telling me, what if Michio was the woman? Because it was saying that you could use it in, like, the stuff in advance or whatnot. Maybe. I don't know. After this, Najima went on to use the power of his curse to commit mass murder, shocking the public with the unprecedented tragedy. And from that day on, Yako Sakazaki was never heard from again. So that's just telling me not to go talk to this man. Michio's grudge. Well, shit. I guess we gotta go over here. That was a crazy ending. But we go on, we go on. Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. His name's Jun Ario. I can hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector, Tsuzumi, and yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting or putting me down. So you two are detectives. This is my client, Miss Harué. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so you remember to remind your matters. A big man named Shigima? Boss, you know this guy? Shit, I've heard the name, but you don't know keep track of who in the upper echelons. There's no need to worry. I'm my own person after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. I ain't like that. You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare! All the police officers I met have always been so dull. Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round all your criminals up with a smile. That's our motto! How lovely. Keep it up. Just hold on a second. This is the first time I'm hearing of that. Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. What brings you here, Richter? You on a case? That's right, I'm picking up police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year. I remember now. You're the Haruo Shigema from the kidnapping case. Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was a case where Munasada Shigema's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am. Indeed, the story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's part. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret, and unfortunately the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm here on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. It's Najima! So your findings have brought you up to this place. That's right, an individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right, as of last week they're deceased. We'd hoped to talk to the family. No one was home, even I checked last time. So we figured we'd try again. Interesting. Doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people, so you consider the blame to be shared. You've got an stern side as well, I see. By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you. And that is, do you happen to know anything about the 7 mysteries of Honjo? Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly... With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady. If you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? I've heard of the 7 mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me. Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion. Come to think of it, I've heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around. Wait a second. I assumed they were talking about you, investigator. Well, I won't argue that I'm a strange and conspicuously dressed in white. As it turns out, I was out here last night to conduct my investigation. Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary, I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss, Richter was a smart man. He could help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you gotta say. Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? Must be something big if they've got you head office guys on it. Well, I guess it's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. Huh. Someone using curses to commit murders. These people are collecting soul dredges to perform the rite of resurrection. These curse stones are somehow connected to the 7 mysteries of Honjo. It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figure the strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get this situation under control, we've been searching for the curses bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us? That's tough. I never expected curses and other mumbo-jumbo to play into all this. But if we're talking about shady characters, there was a middle-aged fellow I saw on South Origetsu Street, had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki Arai. We already got his curse stone. Impressive! You two are working quick. Did you see anything else? Not that I can remember. He's lying. That's a shame. you see any characters that look like they might be carrying a hearstone, it'd be a huge help if you could let us know. I'll let you know if I find anything. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand in our case too. There's a number of people who can't track and find missing persons happen to be your specialty, no? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, I can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with. Huh? By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michio by any chance. You knew? I thought so. It seems we're here for the same reason then. Michio was involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Oh yeah, Hajime Yoshimi's. That's right, he died on the job and I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard it was the most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio. Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in return, I want the full scoop on your findings concerning Michio. Sure, to tell you the truth. Now we're all exchanging info! What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Jonoichi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense. I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet. But the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from those, psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's all true, then... Did you figure something out? Kanakichio Iwai, huh? He'll be the next victim. Oh shit. We have to open the door to the Shirashi's house. We need to look inside. We once gotten into you, boss. I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked. Screw that! Who knows how long it could take? We can ask for permission later. Oh yeah, that's the boyfriend of the mother. Of Michio's mother, Richter. Richter, calm down. Can we just... He's gonna be dead in there, isn't he? Take that, you shitty door. That's how you do it! Oh my god, you busted in. Richter, get a hold of yourself! I see you're still the same as always. Everyone come quick, look at this. Oh my god! Ah! Well, what's with this room? There's a dead body in here! Could that be Michio's dad? Nah, he's her stepdad at best. If that, it's gotta be the body of Kana Kichiro. There's no doubt about it. This man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Ario, did you find Jonoichi's body in the same state? Yes! Now that you mention it. It looked as though Kohei Jonoichi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michio Shirashi. She's alive. She used the power of the curses to get back at the men who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived? It's gotta be that! And if she's alive, then... No! It's getting wild! My apologies for interrupting. I know we just arrived at an interesting plot point. But do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? No. I think it has to be Nejima's curse or something. Or she never died. Yeah. He's the storyteller. He's the storyteller. Consider this. What if Michio Shirashi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michio Shirashi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? Oh fuck, I can't remember. 8 o'clock this morning. 8 o'clock this morning. Fuck, dude, I don't know. Okay, where was Michio at 8 o'clock? Wait! Oh no. Where was Yakko last? Yakko's not actually Yakko, is she? Huh. I see, so that's what you think. Let's take a moment to reconsider what you know and choose again, shall we? Okay, I need to look at things. So what if she never died? Very interesting. Where was she 8 o'clock this morning? I'm trying to think. I'm just gonna do random guesses. Damn it! Bridge? Nope. I'm a little confused. I don't fully know what's going on, but it seems like Michio's not dead. She never did die. But then, like, huh? Bruh, I'm too stupid for this. I'm gonna do a quick BRB, so I'll be right back. I have returned. Let's go, baby. I'm just gonna click every place. So sex, they saw a girl with pigtails. I don't think it would be there. It's not this high school, we already pressed that. Bridge? Wait. God damn it, where the fuck was this lady? I don't think it was here either, but I'm clicking everything. I already pressed that. Did I do this one already? I already did that. I already did that. I think I already did. Maybe it was the candy shop. Hey, I see very well. Congratulations, you're correct after choosing 10 times. I got it wrong 9 times! It would have been easier to reach out to that conclusion had you considered the cause of death. She was run over. Let's back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. What? I am confused. What, so you really think Michio is alive? Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but do you really think that girl could have managed all this? First of all, Ariel, go report this to HQ. Understood, I'll get on that right away. So she's still alive. She never died, I guess. No, she died like near her place. Or wait, did she die near her place? Yeah, I was pretty sure it was near her house. We'll start investigating this place. I'm sure it isn't lacking stuff that I need to look at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall all over here. Huh? Oh no, these photos. These are all of Najima. Gross. Oh, so that's what Najima used to look like. Wait, what did the janitor look like again? Where's the janitor? Yep! Look at the eyes. He lost weight. The eyes are the same. Come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. There's even more pasted up over here. They were all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Najima murders. I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. So it's a shrine to Najima. So is Michio and Najima in, like, cahoots with each other? Look at these pictures to be cut out from newspapers and magazines. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was. Do you think the Shirashis are somehow connected to Najima? Perhaps they did this as to not forget a grudge or something. Traders think Najima might be involved in all this too. Do you think it might have anything to do with the body here? Maybe the man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with the curse stone now. He announced that from sundown today he's gonna be on a killing spree. Oh dear. There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard. So he hasn't changed his ways. That doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Najima murders either. You don't say? We talked about this last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in Sumida River that brought the incident to light. You don't say? Were you the kid from back then? You were really brave. You did a great deed. Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea. So two of you met before. Fancy that. I'm worried that Fumichika Najima might bear resentment towards you, ma'am. You might be right. And that's probably who killed your son. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite the resentful type. Oh dear. That asshole, I wonder who put the idea into his head and how he's got the one-sided read, too. Yeah, so, okay. So the voice Arai probably heard in the park was probably Michio, then. It was probably Michio. If she's still alive. Top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter. That's quite the threat. Certainly you can't afford to stay put here. The fucker wants us to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head. Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if Aiwa and Fumichika Najima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Najima's location. Let's hope so. There are old books scattered everywhere. I wonder what they're about. Many of them are written in a foreign language. It'll be a pain to look through all of them. I'll save them for later and continue to look around. Let's look at the corpse. Something around to confirm his identity. By the way it looks at it, I say he's, I1. You've seen him before? Already had a crime record, so I assume he wouldn't have held a respectable occupation. Is that what a curse does to a person? Ma'am, it better be not to look so closely. It's amazing. Floor. It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. They're magic runes. They're used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time, they're useless imitations, though I wouldn't get too excited about it. Wait! They said this happened last night. Do you know what also happened last night? The teacher died in the exact same way. And there's markings and stuff. So that's intriguing. I just chanced upon that information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. So what if this is like, has something to do with how the curse is activated? Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all. There are candles and stones with inscriptions placed all over. Are these children for some ritual? Don't touch anything, you hear? That's right. Considering this is a murder scene, we had to leave everything as is. All of this can be used as evidence. If anyone besides forensics toys with it, it'll cause trouble down the road. Weird seeing Western magic show up? Yeah, that's true. It looks like these things spread around here have been like this for a while. This ritual or whatever is something he attempted to up to recently. Plenty of the neighbors mentioning having heard strange mantra-like noises coming from here during the night. You still think I was the one chanting? I don't think so anymore. I don't think so anymore. Could have been one of the Shirashis as well. If we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do. Would we let me look through it if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I'm any help with the foreign languages. Go ahead. Thank you. Seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here, alongside detailed descriptions of procedures. I suppose you call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me. You think this guy was studying them? Perhaps to perform some kind of ritual. There are a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. Doesn't look like the type to be into stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would he be studying black? It's not him! According to materials here, this rune is for restoration of youth. What? Trying to become young. Seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each one of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Wait, so Michio probably did die and then got resurrected. Like the right? Guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to a cult for similar reasons. That is actually... What is this? This looks like a journal. It's probably Iwan's. A journal. His writing is surprisingly thorough. And then changed her appearance? Maybe. I don't know. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Oh wow. Now this is something. What is it? What did he write? It's quite the find. Let me give you a summary. So this Kankichiro Iwan fellow had been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So he was into black magic from the start? He believed if he could learn to successfully perform the spell, he could use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems like he was already getting funded after he acquired this grimoire. You don't say. It's starting to sound kind of familiar. First, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. It seems that Najima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. Oh shit! What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not coincidence. Seems like Iwan took an interest in Najima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man. Worship? Najima of all people? This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. Iwan had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison the same time as Najima, he made sure to get in contact. This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this, the thought of Najima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years, we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Najima murders. It's been a mystery for all of us from the very start. Whoa now! Just 1 minute, don't you think? Are you saying That's right, the murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic! The murders in the Najima murders! The instructions written down for sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts he carried out! You gotta be kidding. So that sadistic crap he was doing for all was black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Najima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but Iwan had a different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this is all the stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Najima and Iwan were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane. You're telling that Najima did all this for some hokey-pokey resurrection? Shit, resurrection! That means there must have been someone Najima wanted to bring back to life. Damn, that's it! That has to be it! Fucking hell, it all makes sense now! What is it? So about the Najima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public. Go on. When we broke into his house and arrested him. We found a baby? A baby. It was a girl, looked about 6 months old. She was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If it were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died. So was Najima the father? He told us that he found her under a bridge. Found her? She was abandoned? I've heard of parents threatening to leave their children under a bridge as a threat, but to think it really happened. I suppose those are cases with the dead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers. So it's not without precedent. Whatever the case, we never found the truth. But there's one rumor from the back then that I can never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now. I'm sure this isn't the first time, but you've heard of it. Many believe Najima guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing. I remember all that. Among the high school girls, they might have been murdered, or maybe should I say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant. What? Goodness. That's horrific. He killed her and dismembered her body. And we thought maybe the baby we found is what he pulled from inside her. Don't misunderstand me. This is all speculation, on top of more speculation here. But I, for one, never believed that man would just take in a baby he found under a bridge. I'm feeling sick. Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear. Like I said, don't take that to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. Now this whole resurrection magic has come into play. We should consider the possibility it was his child, and that maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it were true. That's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Najima would want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good as any guess. The fact that he obtained a cursed stone suggests he had an interest in the rite of resurrection. You're right. Here I was thinking that he was only after the curse's power to massacre. Chief Inspector. Yeah? What happened to the child? Without a birth registration on file, best we could do was find the girl some suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future. I'm glad she was taken care of. But who's the child? That has to be important. Cruel is what it is. This drawer is really old, Chief Inspector. Do you mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Ario's in here, so let me take a look at it. There's just clothes in here, not much variety here. Can't say they were big spenders. I was hoping to find the kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky. Thank you anyway. It's the same man in every picture. Is that Najima? This is quite the spectacle. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind. Don't worry, Richter. You're quite the spectacle yourself. Do you mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? Well, it's 20 years ago. They'd be 20. So I think I know who it is. Yoko's an adult. Maybe it's her. It'd be 19. So they'd be a full adult. We know Yoko's a full adult. We don't know her exact age. We know she's an adult, though. So it's possible it could be her. Oh, that's her son. That's sad. Because I'm trying to think of who else would be in that age range. That's the fiance. It wouldn't be her. She is a high schooler, so she's a little too young. She's a little too young, too. It wouldn't be Michio, because Michio's too young as well. Wouldn't be her. This is the policeman's daughter, so it wouldn't be her either. Maybe it is. That'd be wild, but I don't think it is. So the only one that I can truly think it would be is potentially Yoko. Do you mean to compare him with the likes of a bizarre criminal? She is the policeman's bio daughter, as far as our knowledge, but maybe, just maybe, she isn't. You never know. The person who put all these photos up must have been obsessed with Najima. They might have had some relation to Najima's victims, or perhaps it was the opposite. The opposite? What if he wasn't loathing, but admiration? But then... These aren't just cutouts from public. They even snapped a number of shots of their own. They must admire him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures? Whatever the case, it's certainly they were obsessed. Floor... What else can I look at? Old books. Don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in his journal. We know he had managed to obtain the grimoire thanks to the advice he got from his idol Najima while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quick. He thought he could make some money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic. Correct! It turns out someone gave him the idea. And get this. It was the one and only queen chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps herself, Natsue Yamamori. The chairwoman of the soaps? So that's where this leads. Here, let me read what he wrote. The queen of Hihaku has a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, or rites, she'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. Wait, did they say the child was a girl? I don't think they did. Did they? I think they did say the child was a girl. No, they didn't specify. I thought they did for a second, but no. It's not Shogo. Shogo's, like, dead. I think they did say it was a girl. Or maybe not. I don't remember. Because I don't recall if it's a girl or not, but if it isn't, it could be Namigaki, too. Into any research or resurrection or restoration of youth and the like, so she would even throw her money at the occult. The place's greed will take you. Well then, that brings us to Hideki Arai. She presumed funding his research into the rite of resurrection. That's all it points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the witch of Hihaku pounced at the rumors of the rite of resurrection. It's starting to sound likely. Might also be why she's spreading the rumor about having godly powers. It's a convenient cover if she becomes young again. True. Godly powers, what's that all about? You can ignore that. Either way, I think I took the payments into getting for his research to seduce a family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Rashi family, Michio and her mother, Toshiko, were just as unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This has something to do with me? No, you can't mean. You've realized it then, perhaps. What did I realize? So she relates to this. Okay, so she relates to this. Let's see, who was Yami Mori again? Oh, that old lady. No, it wouldn't be her. Shirashi. Michio. Shirashi. So mother, daughter. I don't know. Maybe Michio is 19. No, that doesn't make sense. Your kid. No. I'm trying to think. Child. Was the sacrifice? No. Please calm down. That wasn't it. Then what did you mean? Man, please calm down. Moved in with the Shirashis to practice his magic. He needed a sacrifice to perform youth restoration spell, but that meant extracting life force from someone young. Which means... Yeah, okay, so I knew someone's child was... Yeah. Michio was the sacrifice, wasn't she? So it was Iwan, this man. I would worship Nishima, so he must have also despised Nishima's distractors. Not to mention he was captured and sent to jail once before. Yeah, her son! Her son was the sacrifice! Her son! Surely had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had a chance to both avenge Nijima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time. Her son was the sacrifice. Because Michio was the last one seen with her son. Maybe Michio brought him here. And then in turn, yeah. Iwan kidnapped Haruhi Shigma's son and managed to score 3 birds with 1 stone. Yep. That's fucked up. Ah! You're telling me that horrid man, he never had the intention of returning my child. Ah! Ah! I thought there might be a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michio to lower your boy's defenses and then kidnapped him on his way back home. That man, he took Shuichi. Ah! Man, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe. You don't understand! You have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I would expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Living sacrifice is what a stupid idea from a stupid little man. Man, let's just get a moment to breathe. Why don't we go get fresh air? I can't believe this. This is, Yeah, I had a suspicion. Chief, I think it's best we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in his journal. Oh? Iwan got in contact with Nijima last year, after Nijima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? He managed to find a hideout for Nijima to stay in. Damn it. If anything, rather than use his money to support Shirashis, it seems most went to Nijima. If Nishima's lurking around anywhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout. Did he write where it was? Fortunately, no, not that I can tell. But it seems Michio knew where it was. She never met with Nijima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up among other things. What good is that information? The girl's dead. Wait, no, she's alive. That's right, Michio is alive. If you can find her and get her to talk, you can get her to spill the beans on this hideout too. Investigator, I'm asking you. I should be going. The lady's not well. Yeah, that's fucked up. To learn your child was used as a fucking sacrifice? Oh, I feel so bad for her. Are you feeling better now that we've gotten some air? I'm fine. Suddenly finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here. You're right, but Richter, I feel grateful towards Michio. Because she killed the kidnapper? There's that too. But it's still... but it's for something else. Michio is the one killing all these people. Then she must have acquired quite a sizable amount by now. Oh. Soul dredges, I mean. Hey, Richter? Whether the kidnapper's dead or alive doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring back my boy. And if Najima is planning to cause a massacre to collect soul dredges, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection. I really do feel for her, so I'm counting on you. We have learned so much new information. We have learned so much, oh lord. Oh, I think this is a good stopping point. So thank you everyone for joining. Things are getting... oh, actually, let me just do a little save. Things are getting crazy. Now we know the truth of what happened to her son. And among other things. So now I'm gonna go find somebody to raid. Let's see. Who shall we raid? Oh, here we go. I know who I'm gonna raid. Let's go and raid... actually, wait. Oh, here we go. We're gonna go raid the Curious One. They are, showing off their new model, it looks like. Or something. Yeah, it says time for a model premiere. Yeah, I think they're showing off their new model. But anyways, the raid message, as always, is eyeball raid. My emotes if you're subbed. If not, see whichever you use fit. And I will see you guys next time. Bye for now! Let's go, baby!